Well, good afternoon. Happy Friday. Mark Milam here, your mortgage professional. Good to see you. It's 2:50 on the East Coast, and it's time for this week's interest rate summary and market update. So, if you are like most Americans, you have received this kind of news over the past 24 to 48 hours, something along the lines of mortgage rates at the lowest levels they've ever been at in the United States. And yes, mortgage rates are at historically low levels. But this isn't 100% new news. We've been at really fantastic levels, really great territory now for many, many weeks. Matter of fact, if we take a look at mortgage-backed securities, the instrument upon which fixed rates are based, you can see that really since March, we have been in fantastic territory. It's only here recently, since the end of June, beginning of July, that we've started to see mortgage backs tick up just a little bit more and really get into this incredible territory. Let's do a zoom in here, really get into this incredible territory. But it's not like in the past 24 hours we suddenly hit the lowest levels of all time. We've been in really great territory now for about a week or so, maybe a little bit more than a week. And I think we'll continue to be as we start looking out into the future, which brings us to the hot question that all mortgage lenders are getting right now from clients, which is, should I go ahead and lock in and take advantage of these low rates, or should I wait? Maybe we're going to potentially go lower. And it's a complex question to answer. So the first answer, and kind of the easy answer, is to say, if you could get the very best levels of something in the history of the United States on any other product or service, would you not take advantage of that? If you could get the very best price on a house in the history of that house and it was the right house for you, would you not go ahead and take advantage of that, or would you keep looking for a lower price on that house? Same thing for a car or a given service or whatever it might be. So yes, there's a lot of wisdom in just saying, hey, I'm going to take the very best levels that have ever existed in the history of the country. And if we can do it with limited closing costs, it doesn't preclude me from maybe looking at this again down the line if circumstances warrant, especially if there's no prepayment penalty on your products. That's a very important question you want to be asking your lender. Any prepayment penalty, just on the off chance that we continue to see rates decline, although it seems almost impossible to believe that rates could go lower than they are now. Now, why are we here, right? I think we all know the reason why we're here is the dual impact, the health and economic impact of COVID-19, right? COVID-19 has introduced such an overwhelming degree of instability and uncertainty globally that it's pushed so much activity into the bond market, into the treasury market, and the stock market has suffered, and that's what we've seen, and we are the beneficiaries here in the mortgage market. But how long will this go on? Well, no one really knows, right? That's the magic question. When will there be a vaccine? Will the vaccine be powerful enough? Will it be effective enough to do something about the spread of the coronavirus? How will the fall shape out? Are we going to have sports? Are we not going to have sports? Are we going to have school? Or are we not going to have school? All of this uncertainty drives interest rates lower. It drives the stock market into turmoil. And the moment that any of that shifts, we're going to see a sharp reversal. We're going to see confidence back into the stock market, and interest rates will suffer. And if any of us could predict that moment, we'd be multimillionaires. But for the time being, the best advice is, if it makes sense for your particular set of circumstances, and this is where talking to a mortgage professional helps. If it makes sense for your particular set of circumstances to avail yourself of historically low rates, especially with limited cost and no prepayment penalty, now is the time to act. If I can be of any service to you, please don't hesitate to reach out. Mark.milam@northpoint.com, 404-395-1102. Have a good weekend.